I want to say welcome to this LegalShield overview as an employee benefit. I am your host, Casey Simmons. And my background is I'm retired military. I was introduced to this company about a decade ago, a little more than a decade ago. And I am a small business and employee benefits specialist. And what brought us here today is the benefits and the service of LegalShield. I'm going to show it to you as a small business plan, as an employee benefit plan to protect your company and your family. And I'm going to jump right into it, keep it simple. Now, this is what we're providing: powerful benefits, protecting families and businesses, helping benefits professionals meet more needs. What exactly are we saying here? We're saying that if you would ask yourself, have you or any of your employees or clients ever thought about asking a legal question, preparing a will, you received a traffic ticket, or needed a contract review? So either you've purchased a home, dealt with a civil dispute or divorce, or had any identity theft concerns. Why? The main reason why people don't seek legal advice is the idea of using a lawyer is intimidating, and they don't know who to call. Most of the time we don't know who to call, and we believe that it costs too much. And that's just frankly as simple as it goes. The common response that people use when dealing with legal disputes, we actually try to handle it ourselves, or we just ignore the problem. The market is ready, and this is what the simple says. And this is based on the Legal Needs of America study research done, commissioned by LegalShield to just check the market out. Nearly 90% of all Americans say that if they don't have any type of legal insurance or any type of legal protection, and 2/3 of those Americans say that they've never even heard of such a plan. More than 60% reported they would be interested in purchasing legal protection. So what does that mean for us and for you as an employer? Bottom line, employee legal problems cost employers in terms of absenteeism, reduced productivity, increased health insurance costs. 57 million full-time working Americans experience at least one significant legal event in the past 12 months, and 40% of them did not even try to get help for it or any kind of advice. And because of that, that same trend, because of the cost, we know already before I came to this webinar, I knew that you need a LegalShield. If you don't have a plan of such and you're paying out of pocket, I know you need LegalShield. And this is what LegalShield gives you, is the ability to talk to an attorney about any personal matter without worrying about the high hourly cost. You pay one flat fee. You get legal advice, no matter how traumatic or how trivial. LegalShield exists to provide equal access to the liberty, equality, opportunity, and justice that every human deserves and expects. This is why we're here. This is why I'm doing this. This is why I got involved. Now, introducing legal identity theft, the digital disruptors. And it's simple as an app. First, you get personal legal advice on any subject matter you can think of about your personal life. This is not for your business here. This is for your person. You get an unlimited number on an unlimited number of issues. Now think about this. You get letters and calls made on your behalf. For any of those legal matters that you may encounter in your life, saying it's something to do with child custody, anything you got questions about, you just make a phone call. Or you get letters, you get the creditor letters, anything like that. You make a phone call and get that taken care of for you. Contracts and documents review. Never have to sign anything. Never sign anything without having a lawyer review it. And I say, if you don't know exactly what it is, don't sign it. Our lawyers are reviewed to 15 pages per incident or per document. Any additional pages, it's discounted. What about IRS audit assistance? What about give you 50 hours of a tax attorney's time, starting with last year's tax returns, so this year's tax returns are coming, and we'll give you help with those tax returns. Civil trial defense. What if you had the ability to protect yourself from being sued? 60 hours the first year as a member, or allotted to you in your first year, and just in case you're named in a civil trial. And in the second year, third, fourth, and fifth year, actually goes up 60 hours each year. And that fifth year is 300 total hours. Just imagine having 300 hours prepaid for just in case someone tries to sue you. And this also includes your pre-trial and your trial time. Family domestic services. Now, this is the one area that has a 90-day waiting period. Covers those the divorce, uncontested adoption, uncontested separation, and or name change. So think about it. If you decide to go through a divorce, and I don't recommend it. I mean, I don't know what people's lives are, but we say this: wait 91 days, and then we can take on your case, and we can get you covered as long as it stays uncontested. And if it's contested, we'll cover that near the end of this presentation. What about getting those speeding tickets? You take a picture of your ticket, boom, let me show it to you. Take a picture of your speeding ticket or traffic ticket, send it into the law firm and get a response from the law firm within 8 business hours on how to proceed forward with that traffic ticket. No more are you worried about looking through the phone book or just paying it. Now you have the ability to send that ticket in so a lawyer can give you quality legal advice on how to proceed. What about getting your will done? You can start your will questionnaire right on this phone, right on your smartphone. And you can start it, stop till you finish, and then send it into the law firm, and they'll send you back a copy updated and taken care of for you. We also do living will, financial health care power of attorney, anything concerning your estate planning. We take care of that for you, and that's at no additional charge. That's also included because we know that at least 75% of Americans don't have a will. 90% of African Americans in the country do not have the will done or even think that it's important. And we're going to tell you some stories why. And you can start it right here from the phone, as we said. Just think about emergency situation, 24 hours, 7 days a week. Emergency access for covered situations that you may deem, if it's a law enforcement at your house or child protective services coming to your house to remove your children. Now you can pick up the phone on Christmas Day or any time to talk to an attorney about those type situations. And this is not for emergency divorces, and this is neither for accidents that happen after hours and you trying to get protection or whatever, or someone's trying to sue you after hours, you're trying to sue somebody. Those type of things happen, take care of during regular business hours, the 9 to 5 hours. What about those issues that we don't cover at 100%? Those pre-existing conditions, like a traffic ticket you got yesterday. What about those legal issues you want to revisit and get taken care of? Anything that's like that, as well as contested divorces, we cover at a 25% preferred member discount. Whenever you pay full price for an attorney again, as long as you are a LegalShield member. Now think about this. Who's covered? We cover the member's spouse, any never married children up to the age of 26 living at home that are full-time college students. We also, now here's the pricing. Let me put it out there. The pricing for getting this to a group, it would be $23.95 a month for the LegalShield plan that covers the entire family. Now here's who else it covers. It covers the dependent children under the age of 18 for whom your member is legal guardian of, physical and mentally disabled children living at home for the life of that child. Now, this is what we know. This is a system that we've known. The system that we've known says you pay $250 plus an hour to get quality legal advice. LegalShield say, you know what? Let's break up that paradigm to say, join LegalShield, get $25, get a $25 a month plan. And it's actually less than that. And you get access to a law firm, not just one lawyer. Now, who you would choose is no brainer. Now, for the business owner, for those that own businesses that are on this webinar today, maybe some things you had to deal with, and we always say, have you or anyone you employ, or those you ever had to hire and fire any employees, had any debt collecting issues, been in a situation without the advice of a lawyer might be helpful. Been in a dispute with a vendor or signed a contract. Now, if you said yes to any of those things, we already know where you sit because nearly 60% of all small business owners who said they experienced a legal event in the past 2 years reported not hiring an attorney because of the price. It's as simple. It's about the dollar bill. Owners reported spending on average $7,600 in legal expenses per year, with 20% saying they spent $10,000 or more a year for legal help. Now, how do we step in? We offer a 3-tier plan. Actually, it's 4 if we include for those that are actually own a home business. If your business is actually at home, you get a different option here as long as you don't have any employees. The moment you have employees, these are the 3 options that we have for you. We have the small business 10, which covers you a business if you had 10 or fewer employees at $39 a month. Now, this authorized 2 users, up to 2 users that can make decisions on behalf of that business. And then you got the small business 50s, up to 50 employees, it's $89 a month, up to 3 users, meaning they can make phone calls on behalf of business. And you get unlimited telephone consultation for all. but you get a variation of legal calls and letters per year, depending on which plan you get. Legal documents reviewed up to 15 pages, you get 20, 30, and 40, meaning that in the small biz 100, which covers 100 or fewer employees, is $149. You get up to 5 users, but you get up to 40. You get up to 40 letters and phone calls made about different subject matters that you may need help with. And that doesn't include your consultations and things of that nature. You get unlimited consultations as far as asking business questions, but these are specific issues that you're dealing with. What about debt collection letters? You get up to 5 a year, 5 a month, and then for each plan it goes up by 5. So it's 5 for the 10, and 10 for the 50, and 15 for the 100, the small business 100. And the difference is the plan is just that it's based on a few numbers and a few coverage options. Trial defense for the small business 10 is a 25% preferred member discount, but for the 50 and 100, you get 75 hours of trial time if it need be that way, which include up to 15 pre-trial for the small business 50, and 75 hours with up to 25 hours pre-trial for the small business 100. Now you see the difference on the actual screen. We have brochures and things like that. We also offer what we call Go Small Biz, and Go Small Biz at an additional price. This goes along with your small business 10, 50, and 100. And what this does is gives you consultation on how to build your business, do-it-yourself website builder, digital marketing dashboard, customer relation manager, expert web analysis. I'm gonna give you my website. You can actually go look at this yourself and break down some of the things. But these plans are selling like hotcakes in the small business community because small businesses are dealing with problems that are shutting them down every single day, and usually it's financial and legal. So we also give you an HR document builder with your tax and accounting the transaction tracker, online learning center, mentoring with Fran Talking. For those that know who he is a retired football player turned small business mega business owner. Online learning courses, weekly business updates, and legal resources like the access to your law firm, business and legal forms, corporate minute writer, and risk assessment. You get all this benefit with the small business plan that you choose, in addition to the $14.95 Go Small Biz package, which is an option for you. And if you don't have anyone that's advising you on how to build your business, the Go Small Biz is a great start, and I recommend it for those that have a business and want to see it grow. These resources, like building a website, is huge for people that are getting into home-based owning their own business. Now, here's another area I want to go over real quickly. Here is identity theft. Identity theft simply don't be a statistic. In the last 16 years, it's been the number one consumer complaint in America. Victims are spending more and more money dealing with these type of issues. Criminals are getting smarter. They don't want your money; they want your good name, and they're breaching everything. And people are falling asleep due to this information because it's just happening. Ask yourself: have you or anybody that works for you or a client worried about being a victim of identity theft? Had you ever had personal information at risk? Have you ever lost a wallet or purse? Now, think about this as well. Fear for security of medical information. For the security of medical information. Yeah, they're stealing medical insurance and selling on the black market for like $1,000. They're getting surgeries in people's names and people are getting the bills. What about putting information online? Did that scare you? Receive a notification that you were involved in a breach. My name was on the Equifax data breach list. I'm pretty sure yours was too, because it was 146 million people. And I can assure you somebody in your family, if not you, were affected by it. What about this? Impact on your what about impact on victims? You, your employees, or your clients will have problems securing loan if you're a victim of identity theft. You're going to be harassed. You can be harassed by debt collectors and debts that you don't even owe. I've heard these stories. Possible arrests and crimes committed. People using people's driving records and getting tickets like trafficking, things of that nature. And the person that's not guilty gets pulled over and gets arrested. People have lost their jobs and security clearances because someone else was using their information. Here are more of the impacts. Red flags on background check, difficulty focusing at work, increased absenteeism to help solve problems with identity theft. What's a good solution? You cannot stop identity theft from happening. You can only be reactive, but if you can have a proactive plan in place, we're here to educate your employees and clients about the benefits of purchase of comprehensive identity theft plan. ID Shield provides both credit and internet monitoring. Identity theft is not just credit. We want everybody to know that there's at least 6 different areas, and credit is only 17% of identity theft. The ID Shield is the only identity theft plan that provides true access to licensed private investigators. And that's just makes us so unique. You get a one-on-one relationship with a licensed private investigator, and he'll use a power of attorney to alleviate the burden of you having to deal with it all by yourself. And this is a 24-hour, 7-day, 365 emergency assistance within this plan to help restore your good name, as well as unlimited guidance consultations. Unlike some offering, there are no extra fees or access personalized help. Best practice advice on use of social security number, and we just give you advice on how to be smart online. Our guys pride themselves in making sure you know what's dangerous and what's not. I mean, a lot of people are sharing everything on social media. We actually monitor your social media pages. And the difference is this: unlimited consultation and guidance. We have event-driven consultation, meaning if there's a data breach, you're known about it. We get a consultation on what's going on with Equifax, what's going on with a Target, or any of those big companies that keep losing stuff like Marriott. We give you up-to-the-minute information on how to keep your good name. So members are updated on emerging identity theft trends through member publications and alerts. You get emails, you get things sent through the app. Trust me, this ID Shield app is the bee's knees. You get to see your real-time credit score. Now, if your credit score is this great, more than likely share it. But if it's low, please do not put that out and show it to somebody. We would recommend you don't do that because people are extremely nosy. So real-time monitors, like I said, and then you got comprehensive monitoring solutions covering a wide variety of personal information identifiers. The ID Shield has sent out over 6.5 million individual alerts in 2016, and probably even more in 17 and 18. So credit, privacy, and security clearance, security monitoring. Just a few things. Here are the areas we monitor, but not limited to these. So your name and date of birth, social security number. You can see what's on the screen. Your medical ID, black market website, social media. We monitor all these things that help protect your good name. And people sleep on a lot of things like that. But here's what makes us special. It makes us very, very different. We give you quick access to your investigator via a free mobile app, and we back this up with a $5 million service guarantee. There's nothing like that in the industry with a $5 million service guarantee. Most companies offer you maybe $1 million and some insurance policy type jargon or whatever. Comprehensive restoration, the investigators will do whatever it takes while you're at work or while you're at play to take care and restore your good name to what it was before the theft actually happened. Pre-existing cases are covered when enrolled. If someone's already going through one and they're enrolling as a member of ID Shield, we'll handle issues that are already going on in your life. So if it's pre-existing ID theft, becoming a member today, we will cover that for you at no additional charge. That by itself is phenomenal. So the ID Shield covers your family and up to 8 minor children under the age of 18 and under. Dependent children from 18 to 26. Dependent coverage from 18 to 26 for employers groups only. So you think about this. If this goes in a group, if it's a group plan, it covers you up to a higher age. But if you get it out on your own and not in a group, it'll be covered up to the age of 18 with your dependencies or whatever. So here, individual, who's covered? Individuals with a member only. The employee may pay a paid fringe benefit. Employers looking for an employee only option. Now here's the options. Here are the actual options on how to pay and what to do and how to which plan to actually look at. So you want both plans. I always recommend that. And the group rate is $38.90. And that's a really good deal because both plans are $24.95 a piece. If you're not getting them in a group, so it'll leave $49.90. If you want the ID Shield by itself, it's $9.95. But if you get it in a group, it's $8.95. And it's a really large group. It'll be $8.45. Large groups are like to 1,000 people, something of that nature. What are the benefits of being a LegalShield ID Shield member? But we get access to over 400 different companies where you can actually get discounts through for movie theater tickets. God, look, this is just a few of them. You get for your cell phone bills, purchasing stuff, going to Legoland. Oh my goodness, Days Inn, Verizon. I get like 8% off of my Verizon bill. Just phenomenal advantages. You'll save an average of $49 a month, which will cover the price of your membership with things that you already spend money on, your cable, your satellite dish. Just think of it, and it'll probably be on that list. And here are the two companies that stand closely behind the ID Shield and the LegalShield plan. The LegalShield is a 47-year-old company, grossing well over $450 million, and we have over 400 million lives we protect in the U.S. and Canada. We field over 2.1 million requests for legal assistance annually. dedicated business solutions division with over 140,000 businesses that we actually cover in Canada and in the U.S. And Kroll is a company that does our ID Shield. It's the same amount of years old, and it's the world's #1 risk consulting firm, and it has Fortune 500 clientele, and it's prepaid by LegalShield and ready to advise you. And our service has been unmatched since 2003. So there's a few quotes. We must open our minds to innovative approaches, and leveraging technology in order to identify new models to deliver legal services. And this is William C. Hubbard, the American Bar Association president from 2014 to 2015. And then he had another couple of quotes, and we won't go into all that. And the administration of this is very simple. We have LegalShield work administration site, no long-term contracts, no claim forms, and it's very portable. So person can leave the company and take it with them. And here's the beauty of it: this cannot be used against the employer. And we handle all in. This cannot be used for employee issue. So they can't use it against you. So that's what it says: employer-employee issue. So that employee is terminated, he can't turn around and use LegalShield against the company that allowed him to get it on the site. So large participation and high utilization. Pretty much what that says is when people get this plan, they use this plan, and when they use this plan, they keep this plan. So it's one of those things where it's a guaranteed issue product, and it is well worth it. I'm a 17-year member, and I would never find myself without a LegalShield plan. And there's no underwriting. You'll deal directly with me, and I may send one of my people in, but it'll be directly on my behalf and on behalf of LegalShield. We don't use other companies. It's just us. So flexible enrollment. Here's the different ways to enroll. You can enroll on the web, electronic, paper, on site. People like me showing up. The billing is electronic, paper, and pay yourself. Bank draft, checking, savings, credit card, payroll deduction. Partial fringe or fringe, however the company wanted to do it. The company wanted to pay a partial fringe, that's fine. We'll help with that as well. We have paperwork. If you're out of state and you're listening to this webinar, I will gladly set an appointment, come to your state and show you how this works. And then we can talk to all of your employees, or we can put together a webinar and they can get on there with me. We can go over the stuff that, how this membership will protect them. Now, next step is complete the survey. Schedule your appointment for me to come in and sit down with your HR and sit down with the business owner and share just what LegalShield would do for your small business as well as you and your employees. We work with the person, and also work with the person who invited you to listen to this information, and let's get you started. And my name is KC Simmons, and I'm glad to be your host today because I am proud of what we do. I am a single father myself, and I have been blessed enough to have LegalShield help me get custody of my one and only child, who's now 17. So I am not only a business consultant, but I am also a client of LegalShield. So I greatly appreciate you allowing me to come on today. And just give me a call back, 910-286-0120, or just visit my website at k_simmons.wearelegalshield.com and get your information from there, or just contact me directly. Trust me, either way is fine. And I thank you for your time, and I look to talk to you real soon.